Hello and welcome to Barbara's podcast. This is the show for women, all about health, nutrition, and wellness. It's the show that will empower you and inspire you to create a healthier lifestyle.
Okay, well, hello and welcome. I'm Barbara Carafocus, and with me is my special guest, Lena Michael. Today we'll be diving into her healing journey and how that led her to wanting to heal other people through sound and frequency healing, Tibetan bowls, Reiki healing, and way more. So let's dive in and welcome Lena.
Thank you so much, Barbara. It's lovely to be here.
Well, really looking forward into hearing your story, your journey, and how you can inspire other women too. So, well, can you tell us a little bit about your healing journey, what you went through, and how it all started for you?
Absolutely. I was always searching for the truth and the purpose of our soul and the deeper meaning behind everything. At the age of 14, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovaries.
Okay.
The doctors had started telling me from back then that I may not be able to have children later on in life and that this can affect you in many different ways. I took the therapies that they told me, hormone therapies and stuff. When it came to the deeper reason for being here, at around the age of 28, 29, I was diagnosed with endometriosis, which makes it so the doctors say it makes it even harder for you to be able to have a family and have children. They were large cysts that 3 different gynecologists had told me I would need surgery for.
Yeah.
And because I'd already done the Reiki up to the Reiki master courses, I was already meditating. I decided, I felt my body speak to me and say a big no. I don't want the surgery. I don't want to do this. This is not the route I want to go down. So I decided I'm going to start self-healing, and I ordered many different books to do with the condition that I had, and started doing research and just turned everything into completely natural, avoiding any chemicals or hormones as much as possible. And I was doing self-healing on myself, and also being guided into my womb space and my ovaries, which as women, we store so much there from childhood, from emotions to grief to sadness and sorrow. We hold the masculine energy which enters our womb space. We, as the receivers, we hold that in our space too. So it could be from partners from years ago that we've held that kind of energy within. So I realized during my path how important it is to actually clear and cleanse our womb space, because our sacral chakra is the space where we create from. So if this space has any blockages or pain or trauma that it's holding on to, then it's difficult to be able to fully express yourself in any creative way, even in your confidence, in your femininity. So many ways through which, clearing and cleansing our womb space is so important as women.
Absolutely.
So I managed to self-heal, and I actually got pregnant, all naturally, and my son is now 12 years old. So yeah, it proves that self-healing is possible, because they tell you with endometriosis that once you have it, you will die with it. It's not something you can heal. But on the contrary, I've read books on women that have managed to heal themselves from it. So I fully believe in the ability of our own body. It can self-heal. Absolutely. I've followed some of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work and many of his meditations and courses, and it's all, our thoughts are so powerful, our words are so powerful, our beliefs, our perceptions, and this was
They
something
affect
which,
the body.
yes,
How they affect the body. It's incredible. You
yes,
know?
absolutely. So I believe that this is part of my mission. Is I really wanted to create a space where initially it's about self-empowerment for people to take their own power back. Don't listen to people outside of yourself and start reconnecting with your body and listening to its messages, because our bodies are talking to us all the time, every day. And if we ignore those messages, or we cover things up by taking some pills, pharmaceutical pills, and we're not actually listening to the message, then it can lead to bigger issues and more disharmony in the body, which it's just much more work to, the more you start reconnecting with your body, reconnecting with the earth, the planet, and all of these things will help you to be more grounded and to body mentally. Meditation really helps. So this inspired me to create a space which I've been wanting to do for many years, and it's been 2 years now.
Oh. So how did you get involved in with Tibetan bowl vibrational therapy?
Yes.
It's not very well here in Cyprus. It's not very common. So what inspired you to get involved and to learn more about it and be able to offer it to others as a form of healing?
I had a taste. I had a mini session many years ago, and I absolutely loved it. And it was something which combined body, mind, and spirit all together in one go. So, because the sounds of the Tibetan vibrational body bowls are so deep, they take you into a very deep trance-like state, into a deep state of theta or gamma brain waves, where you are in healing mode. And also the vibrations from these bowls are absolutely amazing. They heal you on a deep cellular level. So if you combine sounds, tones, vibrations, and frequencies all together, these are ancient healing techniques, and we're finally bringing them back into the mainstream now, because there's so many ways to help our bodies, our minds, our spirits. So that's just part of the things that I offer.
Do they help anyone in particular, or is it anyone going through something? So if you're feeling a little bit blue or depressed, or is it if you've got some disease, does it cover all sorts, or is it especially geared for one sort of thing?
It's perfect for all ages, all whether it's an ailment, a physical ailment, or an emotional issue, whatever it is, or whether you're in a perfect state of well-being. Even then, it can still help you, because the sounds, tones, and vibrations, it's like sacred geometry forming within your body. So the healing goes wherever it's needed. What it does is it boosts you and takes you into a deep state of relaxation and healing. So no matter what the condition, it's beneficial, and it's great for all. I mean, my son loves them too. Everyone I've tried it on, they absolutely love it.
Well, I've tried it as well, and I can vouch for you. So
Thank you.
it was a lovely session, a feeling of getting stuck, and I just felt I needed a little boost. And I must admit that I feel like I'm on a roll, it really has. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good to hear.
Yeah. So, what about these sacred cacao and tea ceremonies that you do?
Okay, so what I do in my space is I've combined my favorite healing modalities from the last 20 years of experiencing and working with different things. So I've done many, many courses over the years, and I picked my favorite ones, the ones that resonated most with me, and combined them and did like a fusion of my own version of what I like as a combination. So ceremonial grade cacao is an absolutely beautiful, pure plant medicine. It's cacao in her purest form. I bring cacao from 3 different countries, Each one has its own energetic and spiritual properties, from Ecuador, Bali, and Peru. So each one has its own energy. The trees are also picking up the energy of the country, the land, and the ancestors that look after these trees. They're cared for by indigenous local families, that these trees are passed down. It's organic. They're picked by hand. They are, and then they work on the cacao again by hand. No machinery, no heating, so nothing is removed. No cacao butter. It's not the Dutch process which the regular cocoa goes through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nothing is removed, nothing is overheated, so you don't lose any of those beautiful compounds, which, when taken in its most natural form, it actually gives you these uplifting feelings of bliss. So it's a very uplifting, it's almost, you could say it's quite similar to a coffee, but it doesn't have such a strong kick, but it's more of a gentle, loving boost that can last a lot longer. So I was quite addicted to coffee, but since working with cacao for years, if I start the morning with a cup of cacao, it will keep me going until the late afternoon. Whereas if I have a coffee, within 2 or 3 hours, I'll be looking for the next one.
I must admit, I love cacao, and I have hot chocolate nearly every afternoon, most afternoons, and it'll just be cacao, a teaspoon of cacao, and water, and a couple of drops of stevia. I need it sweetened a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like that bitter taste.
Yes.
But it's got over 300 different antioxidants. It's offers so much, not just I think nourishes our souls and our bodies.
Exactly. It's an absolutely beautiful plant medicine, and you can connect with the spirit of the cacao plant when you work with her. So she also helps to bring up any stored emotions that they will bubble up to the surface. So it's great to work with ceremonial grade cacao before you're going to do yoga or something creative, or journaling or meditation, which is why when I do the group meditations, we start with a cup of ceremonial cacao, or if someone doesn't want to work with that, we work with a herbal tea, which is also very relaxing. Again, working with the herbs and the plants for the herbal tea is also very deeply relaxing and gets you into that kind of warm, relaxed state that you're ready to go into a deep meditation. So yeah, it's absolutely beneficial for the health, for the heart, the cacao, and also for the soul. And like you say, it's very uplifting, which is why we look for chocolate. It's why we look for, but this is in its purest form. So you don't need a large amount. Again, you don't overheat it, so you don't lose those beautiful bliss compounds. And yeah, it's she's beautiful to work with. And I find that this people go into a deeper meditation, myself also, when I start with a cup of cacao.
So. Oh, that's so interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you go into a deeper meditation with cacao. I will definitely try that.
Yes.
And would love to join one of your meditation circles on the sacred cacao ceremony.
Absolutely, you're very welcome whenever you like.
See what that brings.
Yes, well, we start with the cacao or tea if someone doesn't prefer to work with cacao. I do a guided meditation where people are sitting up on the pillows, and then after we finish with the meditation, everyone lays down, they open out their blankets and pillows, they've all got space to stretch out, and then we begin the sound healing, which I've got around 30 different sound healing instruments which take you on a deep journey. You already start going deep with the cacao, then the meditation takes you even deeper, where you've grounded into Mother Earth. Usually cleanse all of the chakras from top to bottom, and then we can use visualization for what we want to create, what we want to manifest. Depending on which meditation it is, they're slightly different, but generally we're using the same techniques: breath work, visualization, grounding, and spreading our energy across the planet too, because we're light workers. We're here to help Mother Earth and the spirit, the animals, plants, the water, everything that we.
Well,
that
we're all
we
interconnected.
yes.
We're all interconnected, and I think sometimes we forget that.
Yes. And when we join our light together, we become so much stronger. I truly feel that when we gather in groups as like-minded souls and we do this kind of work and we spread that love frequency across the planet, across every sentient being, every plant, every animal, every insect, every body of water, the rivers, the oceans, the seas, it's really making a difference. We're creating a ripple in the collective consciousness because we're all joining our light and doing this work. And when we focus and we consciously gather together and absolutely powerful beings, and we are making a difference. I truly believe that. I would say what inspires me is seeing the most beautiful acts of kindness from other human beings, because a lot of the time you can feel a little bit disappointed that there's just not enough of that. But even the smallest thing, like a smile from a stranger or someone who could ask another person if they're okay, if they need any help, it's just the smallest acts, or someone helping an animal, or yeah, these acts of kindness for me are the most inspiring, because they make me feel that yes, humanity does have a good heart, and that we are here to do good things and to leave the planet a better place than we found it.
It's stepping out of our bubble, isn't it?
Yes.
There's a lot of people that live within that, everything around them. Yes. And stepping out of that bubble and say, well, yes, there are other people around us. There are, the earth, the planet, and the wider it can go, really, really, like you're saying, that ripple effect.
Yes.
It just does follow through, whatever you do. Even sitting in the car and just smiling at someone.
Yeah.
And you can see their eyes light up,
Yeah. Because you've made a connection, because we're souls, and we're souls within these bodies that are the vessels that carry us through this lifetime. And these forms of connection with a person, with an animal, with a tree, with the ocean, these are all other forms of consciousness, which when you connect, you feel like you're not alone, and this is a beautiful place, and there is a lot of kindness. I think that there's a lot more kindness and love on this planet than they lead us to believe. If you watch the news and you watch all these kind of sad things that can lower your vibration, you start to feel like this is a difficult place to be. But really, I think there's so much more love and kindness, and given the opportunity, people would really would help each other with the greatest heart. So I believe in humanity, and that we can create a better place for our children and our grandchildren and the next generations. We don't want to leave a polluted planet. We care about Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, her consciousness. She's alive, and she feels. I mean, we pick up rubbish in bags with my son, whether we go to the beach or a park and we see things. It's the first thing we do. It's honoring her.
The same thing when I walk the dog.
That's right.
It's what Gandhi said. He said, be the change that you wish,
to see.
Instead of expecting, complaining about it and expecting everyone else to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Love is an action.
Absolutely.
Something that I strongly believe. Love is an action, and words, too many words, can cheapen the emotion.
Yeah, sometimes they fall short. It is about actions, and it's also about energy. I really believe it. People can feel your energy before you ever speak, before maybe you even make eye contact. You can already pick up on a person's energy. The more sensitive and empathic you are, the more you can feel that person's energy as soon as they walk in the room. And what does our energy signature say about ourselves? If you do go within and you do work on your vibration and to lift it up, this is not only going to help your physical body and to help you to unblock your chakras and keep a healthy body, a healthy mind, a calm mind where you don't lose your temper easily or don't get anxious or anxiety, but it's also helping others too, because other people, you can lead by example. I truly believe people, when you're shining your own light, people will be attracted to that and they'll want to know more about the work that we do on ourselves. So I think self-work is so important.
Inspired.
Yes,
Sometimes
exactly.
all they need is a helping hand and a little bit of inspiration from someone else just to get started. I think that's happened to me many times in my life, where I've seen something or heard someone or read something, and it's yes, I can do it. It's given me that little bit of extra strength, that little boost that I needed to make that change.
Exactly.
So, in closing, if you had to share some of your life's wisdom and experience with our listeners, what would it be?
Okay, so I would say the first step is to start listening to our own bodies and the messages that they're giving us. From the smallest things to, what does your body need? Does it need more rest today? It's okay to take more rest. Let's say it's winter now and we're not following the rhythms of Mother Earth, which in the winter, look at the trees and the animals, they're mostly sleeping, resting, hibernating. The trees are not in bloom, they lose their leaves. They need more rest, and we do need to follow more natural rhythms. When it goes dark, do we really need to stay up late at night, or does our body need more rest? Do we need more food in the winter than we do in the summer? Start honoring, the needs of your body, instead of society thinking that you have to keep running 24/7 in the same rhythm for the whole year through. It's okay to honor your body and what you need. Do you need to stay home and rest for a whole day and not talk to people? Don't answer the phone. Don't feel bad. Take that time for yourself to nurture your own body's needs. And if your body is giving you a sign of some kind of disharmony, you could kind of delve into, even through a meditation or a visualization, what is it that's being stored there? What can I do to help to release that? Because I also help people, I guide them into places where they have disharmony in their body in the personal sessions, like body work that we do. A lot of times there may be memories from childhood that we've placed in that area, and it's stored there. And if you don't release that, then you won't know what it is. And the doctors, they're not going to go into the emotional side. I believe that it's all psychosomatic. So I would say start listening to your body, listening to your needs, honoring yourself more. You don't have to go out with friends. You don't have to go and see the family members if they make you upset, or they, it's beginning to honor ourselves more, and beginning to kind of slow down and listen to, your inner mind, your higher self, and the messages that we get.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that with us. I was just going to say, add a little bit onto that, saying that a lot of people feel guilty for honoring themselves or taking some time out for themselves.
Yes.
And in actual fact, it's when you actually take some time out for yourself, then that is when you can give to others. So you'll have more patience for your children or your husband or at work. Mm-hmm. And it is actual in honoring yourself first, and giving yourself what you need to nourish yourself, whether it's your body, your mind, or your spirit in any way. And in that way, then you will give back to others.
Yes. absolutely. And I agree that there's guilt associated with that, and this is social conditioning and childhood conditioning that we've grown up with. But the older I'm getting, the more I realize, the more I honor myself, the better I am, and then the more I can give back when I'm well enough. And so I think that's the first step. And I absolutely love these beautiful souls that gather in these groups, and they can stay for hours after the end of the session just talking, and it's just amazing to find more like-minded people that love delving into deeper subjects and have things in common, and we're here on a mission, and yeah, it's beautiful to see. So
supporting each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
If our listeners want to connect with you, how can they get in touch?
Great. So I've shared my information with you. I have a website, whitelotuscrystal.com. I have a Facebook page where it's easy to find the events that I release every week. And I have an Instagram page. And yeah, my phone number's there too. If anyone has any questions, I offer personal sessions in person and online. And I also offer group sessions in person in my meditation space in Nicosia. I'm also going to begin offering some group sessions in other cities too, which I've been asked by quite a few people. So more than likely Limassol for now.
Okay.
And yeah, if anyone has any questions or wants to know further about the personal sessions and the group sessions, they're very welcome to give me a call anytime. We can discuss details. I also have the 3 different types of cacao, which many people purchase to make for themselves. So that's also available too.
Well, thank you very much for being such a lovely guest on my podcast. I'm sure my listeners or our listeners will enjoy it. And yeah, thank you.
Thanks for listening to Barbara's podcast. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter or e-courses. Celebrate life, and see you at the next episode.